Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well today. Today we are going to talk about gathering data. Let us have a start. Gathering data includes the process of collecting information and sources for your research work. The search for sources is a serious task that will take time, actually a lot of time. Some of these process or steps will lead you to be dead ends, and other will leads you to provide only trivial information, and some search will be duplicated and a recursive pattern will develop. That is the process. You will go back and forth from reading to searching indexes and back again to reading. Actually, gathering data is the process of reading and reading and reading. Read a lot of about everything related to your work. One idea modifies the other. Connections are discovered and a fresh perspective emerges. In every case, try to adjust research your experience, moving from general references works to the specialized indexes and abstracts your field. I would like to simplify that gathering data is just like collecting the ingredient of a recipe. If you are going to prepare a recipe, let us say that your research work as a recipe. So gathering data is the process of collecting the ingredients. You are going to choose a specific item and omit another one. Maybe you modify the amount of this ingredient and so on. So it is the process of searching the content of your recipe or your work. It is just like this. And let us say that the library is the supermarket for your information. For your recipe, you are going to collect from this book, from this magazine, from this journal, from this article, and so on. You are going to collect and collect and collect and so on. So what are you going to do in the library, if there is any at this time? But the preliminary work in library is the key to search for information for your work. The research paper almost always will rely on material found in the library, since your reading will be extensive and will usually range through a number of books and articles and be done over a long period of time. You must keep careful records. Records what? For sure, the information and the books, the resources you find. So after recording of the extensive reading you did in the library, the next step will be then is to prepare a working bibliography. What do you mean by bibliography? Bibliography means every source you look up to update or modify your information and plan or the outline of your work. This is the bibliography. So we have said that the next step is to prepare working on a bibliography, recording on a separate card the full bibliographical data for each book or article you will wish to use. It means if I read a book and I think this book will help me, I'm going to read the bibliographical information about this in specific cards. And we are going to talk about how to arrange these cards and sources, inshallah, in the next lecture. We are going to deal with these topics. But almost certainly the bibliography will grow as the work progresses. in each topic I am reading and take note about it, I'm going to increase or grow up my bibliography. But if from the beginning you carefully take down the necessary bibliographical information for every item you think you will use, you can save much confusion and hours of rechecking when you write your paper and prepare the final bibliography to hand in with it. It means in every information you think you are going to use to write in your work, if you write it from the beginning, you will save a lot of time for your working. And saving time in writing research is very important step actually. The bibliography is prepared in the library with the help of the card index. How I prepared my bibliography. For example, if my research topic is about, let us say, cooking, let us move with cooking. So I'm going to search for the word cooking where? In the card index in the library, in bibliographical guides in the library, also in the periodical guides, also in the general and the special bibliographies related to cooking, specifically in cookings, and also in the reference books, which includes the cooking books, and also and other aids and resources, for example, maybe the charts of cooking or advertisement of cooking that is archived in the library. Actually, all these departments or parts are found in the library, and I don't know whether they are still exist in today's process or not, but we depend on it even when we Google every sources we deal in our life today. So these are the resources of bibliography. What are the purposes of preliminary work in library? Why should we do preliminary work in library? Why we should prepare bibliography? Why we have to go to library before starting write our research project? Because that will give you an overview story of the subject. It will give you the general information about your subject, whether this is a good topic, not, do you have an audience for your work or not, and so on. It also provides you a beginning set of bibliography cards or computer printouts. That means whether you have reference for your work or not. Do you have even a sources for your bibliography or not? That will help you. It also defines and restricts the subject, and that will help you to adjust and modify your outline. It will help you to omit subject and add some subject, maybe add a relationships between subjects and so on. And the last purpose is it suggests the availability of sufficient source materials with diverse opinions and real disagreement. It means the commentary work, or the secondary resources for your work, whether you have a secondary resources for your work or not. It will help you to check out whether you have enough or sufficient data for your work or not. These are the purposes of preliminary work in library. Your research strategy may conform to the following list with adjustment for individual needs. Number one, searching available sources. This it means searching for the sources, whether you have sources for your topic or not, and you are going to search for this in the card catalog, in the indexes, in the abstracts and bibliographies and electronic sources and references books. What about refining the topic and evaluating the sources? How you are going to deal with this point? You are going to search in browsing, in reading abstracts, in skimming articles, comparing sources, citation searches, and skimming books. And reading and note-taking, this will deal with books, articles, essays, reviews, computer printouts, and government documents. I know most of these terms are new for you and maybe strange, but you are going to know more and more in next lecture, inshallah. And as much as you deal with research papers or you read about research paper, you are going to be familiar with these terms. Even though the preliminary work in the library is no longer exist, or it is no longer used as much as previous days, but also we depend on the standards that we use in the library and searching in Google. So in every time you need to know about your topic, about everything related to library work, you have to simply just Google it. Whether you want to know is this a primary or secondary source, you are going to Google it. If you want to need if there is any resources about this topic, you are going to Google it. We, in brief, Google everything related to our study, even in our life actually. We are going to Google it, but according to the standards that we use in the library. And inshallah, in the next lecture, we are going to talk in specific and in details about these topics. I hope everything is clear, and if you have any question, just leave a comment, and inshallah I am going to answer it. Before ending the lecture, I just want to recall the standards of searching in the library, or what are we going to search or do as Googling. So the first part is searching available sources. We are going to search for the sources, whether they are found or not. And the second standard is refining the topic and evaluate the sources. We are going to evaluate the sources, whether they are primary, secondary, is it demanded, is it good, is it not, and so on. And we are going then to take notes and read about this topic intensively. The text lecture link in the description box. I hope you get benefit and everything is clear. Thanks for your time and have a good day.